Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. I know it's easy to. I've been afraid many times in my life. And often I don't think about why I am afraid, right? And so we look at somebody like David, who had every reason to be afraid, to shy away from what God has called him to do, right? He is a small guy. He's a poor family. He might not feel worthy, but he had the fear of the Lord on him. And that's what guides him. And you could say, well, I got an opponent that's 9 feet tall in Goliath, right? Goliath, he's so mighty. He's defeated all the rest of our army and whatnot. And to say that is fair. It's fair. When you look at it from a human lens, it looks crazy. This walk with Christ, it looks crazy. It looks crazy to other people around you. That's fine. That's fine, my brother, my sister. It's fine. But when you put your faith in God, you trust him and his plan that nobody else in the Israelite army wanted to face him, and he's defaming God. He's, praising his idols that he's looking up to, thinking that they're giving him strength. How many times have we seen in a sports realm where like say football, that number one team undefeated all year, you think they're unbeatable. They say they're unbeatable. And then a team that's been, they have their ups and downs. They don't look the greatest on paper, but what do they have? They have a grit. They don't give up. They don't give up. So when that team goes against that undefeated team and beats them, nobody expects it. Nobody expected it. But what they had was faith. They had faith in their team that they could win when nobody else had. And that's what David did. That's what David did. And that's what we should do. And that faith isn't built overnight, right? David had to defeat lions and bears, trusting in the Lord. He's like, okay, I could defeat these things, these creatures. It builds up that trust that you have in the Lord. And through that trust, he can then sit there and be like, all right, I'm going to take that leap. I'm going to take that leap because nobody else is going to do it. I'm going to take it because I trust in my Lord, because he's big. He's a big God. He ain't little. He ain't mediocre. He can do so much. You just got to put your faith in him. Do not be afraid. And these small victories should be cherished in our lives. I know it's easy to overlook them. It's just like whatever. But you can see those things and trust in them. Use that as trust, just as David did. Just as he did. I know when I had a headache before, I was just like, man, this is hurting pretty bad. And I just called on the Lord's name, and he, just like that, healed it right away. And I was like, whoa, nothing like that's ever happened before. And through that built up trust and faith. Like, if the Lord can, get rid of my headache like this, what else can I trust in him to do? And we have to do that. It's not always going to be right away. Now when I, sometimes it may take a minute, but that's all about trust. Trust, faith. You seen what the Lord's done before? He gonna do it again. He gonna do it again. So trust him. Trust him always. Just as you trust, if you've ever been on like Prize Picks or something, like, oh, this player's dropped 15 the last 5 games, he could easily get 13. Just if you could trust a random NBA player that's done nothing for you in your life at all, you could trust God. You could trust God to get you over the humps and hurdles of life that may seem too difficult to get over, right? And we have an often tendency to go on our own way and just fall away from him, forget about him. But I hope that this story can show you that just even giving him a little bit of ounce of faith in him will succeed in the end. Look at what happened to David. He defeated Goliath and he became a king. He became a king. But you can't become a king if you don't take that step out in faith. So I just want to leave you with that today. To not be afraid. To take a step out in faith and trust the Lord with everything that you do in life. Amen.